currently a BOCES that exists in the state, so it's not like a Pikes Peak BOCES or a San Juan BOCES, those BOCES. It truly is one in itself that would be new and created. It will offer our educators greater access to training and methods and innovations in online and blended instruction. So it will provide more of our teachers that opportunity to be able to look into the eyes of online and blended programs that would be chartering through the BOCES. It also will offer and provide a benefit to our teachers by showing them a platform of collaborative models that do expand beyond our district borders, which is a neat opportunity for all of our teachers, and also partnering with institutions of higher ed and to be able to provide some of those opportunities for not only our students but our teachers as well. And then we definitely have talked with many different stakeholders all over the state. And even since it went into the Gazette, I've been getting lots of emails from other online educators and leaders throughout the state that are like, wow, we finally need something like this, and this is a really great opportunity for our students across the state. And then, just lastly, I'm just grateful that you guys are considering this, because I do believe that this is going to really make a difference for a lot of people. So, that's it.
That's a good job.
Yeah, I think it'll generate an amazing amount of professional development for the teachers. It'll make the medium of delivery more flexible and adaptive to current research and practices. It will allow us to extend our reach farther outside of the district into a networking platform that's across the state. It will allow us to generate opportunities and take advantage of those where other districts are both innovative and willing to receive the innovation stuff that we're doing. I think this collaborative effort has the potential of hopefully creating a unified structure that is a consistent mechanism for change and innovation, where we don't get bogged down in the bureaucracy that so often the education system finds itself in. The adaptability, I think, is key, for every rising generation. And the fact that we can move from university settings and quickly funnel that information into a practical application within the classrooms and in the teachers, it's inspiring. It's just inspiring. So thanks, Kim and Brad.
And thank you to Brett and Don. They were another big partner in this process. So getting their minds there too is very helpful. So I couldn't have done it without my leaders' support. Thank you.
Vote, please.
Mr. Allen.
Aye.
Mrs. Harold.
Aye.
Mr. Irons.
Aye.
Mrs. LeVere Wright.
Aye.
Mr. Wright.
Aye.
Motion carries. Well, there's Dawn. 7.05 strategic plan approval.
Well, good evening, Board of Educators. I'm shifting from our Dell to our MacBook, or as I fondly refer to Dells as boat anchors. Oh, sorry. Gosh, my bias just shows through, doesn't it? Well, I'm excited to talk to you this evening about the strategic plan, and in particular, and I want to apologize, I'm sorry that I wasn't here last week. My doctor told me on Thursday morning that I'm getting to that age. Because I had a neck injury from sleeping. How does that happen? So I'm glad to be here, and I did get a lot of your feedback related to the accelerated plan. Whoa.
Yeah, what's that?
Cable connection.
Oh, the cable connection's poor. Now it's completely gone. So while Blake's going to come make us look at here, there was a couple of areas, and Chris just kind of referred to it a little bit, related to the IT infrastructure. And you can think about infrastructure in a variety of ways. The more common way to think about it is everything behind the machine that's unseen to the user. The servers, the wireless access points, etc. And then on this side of the device, it's anything that we need, any digital device that we would need related to all three areas of our business: operations and what they do to deliver children safely every day to home and school, Brett's world of the 20-some thousand line items of different, how many? 30?
30.
30,000, see, so he's up to
Don't cut me
30,000.
short.
So 30,000 line items related just to our budget. And then, of course, what's near and dear to my heart, the classroom and what we're doing to accelerate the pace of learning, teaching and learning for our children related to the various digital devices that we have for our teachers to use. And so with that in mind, several of the board members just said we really want to be intentional about this. And we want this to be people-proof. And so whether that's the leadership at the district level changing, whether that's the board leadership changing, that we would set future district leaders and future board members up for success, and most importantly, we would set our organization up for success by including in the strategic plan intentional language around the IT infrastructure plan. And so, sort of ironic that we're having this issue right now. Good thing I like to talk. So if you'll look at your accelerator plan or your strategic plan, board members, in block 6, the title of that block says Opportunities to Exceed the Plan. And if you'll remember at our retreat in January, we did add step 7, which was language around being intentional in our care and concern around diversity, to include hiring practices, ensuring a non-discriminatory environment, etc. And so I'm going to propose to you that you approve this strategic plan this evening. It's kind of purple, but if you'll look at that box, and that number 8 in that block would read like this. Create an intentional, comprehensive IT infrastructure plan that supports the growth potential in all areas of the district to include education, business, and operations. As part of the plan, include a refresh plan to ensure the very best and up-to-date technology is available for students and all staff, and once again, all staff including educators, business, and operations. And so what that does is it puts in our strategic plan and says that we're going to be intentional about paying attention to technology, that we're never going to have to come and play catch-up ever again. That we'll be looking, and the reason we chose the language growth potential is to look afar and see the end from the beginning and be prescriptive about where we want to be 1 year, 3 years, 5 years from now, and always be ahead of the curve instead of behind it. I think you took some action a few weeks ago related to E-rate, that on July 1, we're going to take that step forward. So, so that's what I would propose for block 6, number 8. And then, in addition to that, Director Wright brought up and talked about soft copying. And so, if you'll look at box 14, says see Appendix C, because that's the most lengthy appendices. I would like to add this language to the achievement part of that appendix. That it would say this, that we would develop a comprehensive plan to soft copy all curricula. As part of the plan, we would define how this might look for the digital delivery of the curriculum. And we use that language intentionally as well. We don't want to say how it should look, because we are in innovation zones and we want our educators and leaders to have the autonomy over using that digital curricula to instruct our students. So those are the two things that I hope gets us to that place where, as a Board of Education, you're comfortable, and also it's not so restrictive that as you are working to hire the CEO, that he or she can come in and they can hit the ground running, but they won't be handcuffed by our strategic plan. There's room for them to bring their creativity, their innovative ideas to the table, and really accelerate us further into the 21st century and beyond. Any questions?
I want to thank you guys for incorporating the questions and the comments that were made at the work session on this, and hear from the other board members on what they think now.
I think it's something that we can definitely use as a standard doing the CEO interviews for sure. You look at, the last 3.5 years that most of us, some of us have been here, I guess. And you think of all the sacrifices and the headaches and the emotional traumas that you went through